Hi, I'm Aubrey. Welcome back to Joy Knits and my little corner of the internet where there's not enough time for my time-consuming hobbies. It has been a hot minute since I have podcasted. That is because nursing school started and I passed my first quarter, which is really good. I'm 1/6 of a nurse, we all like to say now. And so, yeah, I think that might be how it's going to have to be during school. Is this summer I'll podcast as much as I can, and then just like a recap podcast after every quarter, again, if I'm able to. Yeah, nursing school was tough, and even just the first quarter was tough. But I loved it. Some people, it was a difficult quarter, but yeah, it was really fun. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next quarter and the next couple quarters. Since it's been so long, I had to look back at my previous podcast to see what the hell I was working on and what I've already talked to you guys about. And so I did finish the Monica sweater. I'll put up a photo of it here. And I also finished the Westport pullover, again, photo here. And I have a project vlog out for that. And I did finish a Lakes pullover for my boyfriend. Again, photo here. And I do have a project vlog that I put out last week. Yeah, I love that Lakes pullover. I think I'm gonna make another one soon. I got some white yarn here that I'm gonna make it in with a Surrey alpaca from Woolberry Fiber Co. Their farewell collection. I think it's in White Way of Delight. So it's like a little bit of a peachy tone, but yeah. So I'm gonna make that in the way future because with school, I now have to plan what I want to make for the fall right now. And that's kind of what today's episode is going to be. Also, pause. I finished this Lakes stripey tee the other day. It is in coast to coast cotton merino button and, what's the word? Have you ever seen a grown man frolic? I do have a link to it in my Ravelry page, and I used about 2 skeins of the button and then like half a skein of the green color, and I really like it so far. I do have a third skein and like a whole. It might be in here somewhere because these are all my WIPS. But yeah, I really do like the button, and then it's in a half twisted rib here. I did a folded collar just because I think I like the folded collars look a bit more than just the collar and then you bind off. So yeah, that's it. It's actually really nice so far. We are in a heat wave. I think in the entire world is in a heat wave at the moment. It's nuts. And so I went to the river yesterday with me and some of my friends from nursing school, and I wore this, and it was actually perfect. It was cooling, but it also was warming when I was cold after getting out of the river. And so, yeah, it's really nice. I really like this shirt and this cotton merino. I'm not really sure what I want to make with the other skein, but yeah, this was it so far. This was made on 3.25 millimeter needles and then 3 millimeter needles for the ribbing. I did knit the size medium, and I think I'm getting about 2 inches of positive ease, if that, on either side. Yeah, I totally knit this off gauge because I didn't want it to be crazy oversized. And this was fingering weight, and I don't like the super open gauge fingering weight projects. And I didn't want to, I was like in between the medium and the small. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for the medium. And yeah, I really like it so far. Okay, so I do have kind of a conundrum going on with my WIPS. I kind of want to do like a frog or finish type of podcast episode just because it's been so long and this was really like my only finished object because nursing school I just needed really basic projects to work on, like very much stockinette. And I casted this on May 25th and casted it off I think on the 20th. Again, I'll put up dates here. So this was on my needles for less than a month. That's how much I loved it and just whipped it off the needles. And I am happy. I do have the urge to cast on another shirt and another like cottony fabric or cottony thingy. But I'm like, nope, I need to work on what I have currently because yeah, the fall quarter starts end of September and it's going to be really busy. They already gave us the calendars and yeah, it's going to be busy. It's a pharmacology quarter. I'm going to learn about all the meds, which I'm super excited about. But yeah, I know from this past quarter, I was so busy. Like, I don't know what to do with my free time this summer. So, other than work and knit. So, yeah. So, today we're just going to talk about projects that I want to frog or finish. And I do have a couple that I know I'm going to frog. So, water first because it is hot today. This is Simba right next to me right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, big stretch, baby. Oh, big stretch. Okay, I had to put Simba in there. That was just way too cute. Okay, so we have a project in here. Oh, okay. This is kind of going to be like Christmas with projects because I kind of don't remember all the projects I have in here. But this one is my book club cardigan by Sorry Nordland. It's a little scrunch. I'm currently working on one of the sleeves over here, not sleeves, the front shaping. And this is one that I really, really want to get working on because I want this for the fall. And I have some the Holland Hoof quilt buttons that I want to put on for this. But yeah, I really want to be able to finish this summer so I can wear this fall. So this is going to be a finish. And I do have the yarn for it. And the reason why I was not working on it for a hot minute was because I needed to skein up another thing of yarn. I did so, and I want to finish a couple more projects, and then I'll work on this. But yes, book club cardigan will be finished. And I made this little project bag. It's adorable. Excuse me. I probably will have to get it out of this bag once it gets a bit bigger. But for right now, this is really nice. Okay, I'm making a finish pile. Okay, this one is my Arendelle pullover. And what is it? Oh, some other yarn. I think I need to frog this. Yeah, I'm sad about it too. I need to frog it because this is just way too yellow of a white for me. It's way more yellow in person than it is on camera. Like up close, it looks white, but then yeah, that looks way more like what it actually is. So it's a yellow and blue. I have some white yarn. I got some of the Shaniko DK from Coast to Coast in the color button. So I'm going to do it in this like neutral white. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to frog all of this and redo it. But this blue, I absolutely love this blue so far. And I just really would like this Arendelle pullover. So sadly, I will be frogging this wonderful masterpiece. And it's bottom up. And I already have like this much of this steek ready to go. So, plus I think I might have done the steeking stitches wrong. It's supposed to be like white, blue. So where the white is, the blue is supposed to be whatever. Yeah, and it's on 4mm needles, and it's been on my needles for a hot minute. Like I think since last December. And I do have a project vlog on it that I'm currently working on, and so I will be filming the frogging process. So yeah, just gonna have to frog this. But you know, why would I make something that I'm not gonna be happy with when I wear it? And I would love to wear this snowboarding or skiing this winter, and then just having a yellow and blue sweater up against white snow, I'm just no. So yeah, I'm gonna frog this, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do with the yellow yarn. That'll be a future Aubrey problem. But yeah, it's a sad day. Trust me, I am very sad about this. But again, why would I keep working on something that I don't really like, you know? Okay. So this one is my birthday scarf. It's kind of a rendition on the Sophie scarf by, what do you call her? Petite Knit. So this is in cashmere, the Cardiff cashmere, light or classic, whatever one it is. Here, and they're in this brown tweedy color. I am just working on the decreases. This has been a mindless project during school, and when I'm having to do a bunch of readings or videos, and then I can just work on this during some of my breaks that I give myself. But yes, I do want to finish this because this was cashmere yarn that I bought for my birthday in February and casted it on, and so I just need to do the decreases, and yeah, this will get done in the near future-ish. Okay, this is my Sweet Shop blanket, which I definitely do want to finish, but it's on hold at the moment. Oh, here. We're working on this brown square here. I totally screwed up and kind of just did this one, so I'm going to have to figure out how to attach it when I get these squares done. But yeah, this is it so far. I have a gigantic ass bag full of minis and the white yarn, but yeah, I definitely want to finish that, and I want to bring it downstairs. That way I can work on it and get that done soon and put my 4mm needles back on that. So I was needing my 4mm needles that I was using for other projects. So that's why that was on hold. But yeah. So that's going to be a finish. In here, I have two projects. I have my grandpa's muscle burrow hat and try-on tubing. Oh, because I took the needles. Okay. Yeah. So this is going to be his muscle burrow hat. I'm kind of a little worried about how big it is right now, because that's a bit big, but it'll be double thickened, so I think it'll be fine. But I am making it in Cascade Heritage, their sock, in this navy color, and then, oh my gosh, what was this yarn? I think it's a Cumulus. I think it's Cumulus in this really dark navy color, and it's slightly marled. But yeah, this is going to be a full-on navy hat. This is all the yarn I have left for it, and that's totally fine with me. I just want to get these colors out of my stash, and he wanted a navy hat, and then I'll embroider a yellow M on it for the Michigan Wolverines because he's a big blue fan. So yeah, that's this so far. Yeah, that's how much stockinette I've done so far. And then I can't remember if it's like 17 inches of stockinette or whatever, but yeah, I brought this during one of my philosophy lectures, and I was just going and going and going. It was it's actually such a nice mindless knit if you need a mindless knit. So yeah, that's the muscle burrow that I will finish because this is going to be his Christmas present. He specifically asked for a hat. And then I have my Wolf Lake sweater, my second sample that I'm working on, and I'm just on the body now. It's in a cotton yarn, so that's why it looks crumpled as shit. But yeah, I just have the body to go, and I think it looks nice, and I love this blue. And in Seattle, I think after these couple of days of a heat wave, it's going to get back to mid 50s, low 60s. And so I kind of would like to work on this, but I do need to get one other project done before I can work on this. And I just finished this, and this was like a slew of stockinette in the round, so don't really want to work on stockinette in the round right now, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, this is also on 4mm needles. Yeah. So that will also get finished. In here, this is my Flock Fiber Festival bag that I got last year. And here is my grandma's jaunty shawl that I'm currently working on. Which side is the front? Here. So this is the jaunty so far. It is out of, that actually looks so pretty and on the camera. It is in one strand of a hand spun. This is little Fiber Coast Pavlova that I spun up. And then I know this is one of the Cascade sock bases and like their sport weight. I think it's like Heritage 6, I believe. But yeah, and this like really pretty dusty sky blue color. And yeah, I finally got into the decreases. So that's what this mushroom stitch marker is. And then I kind of just like increased for a bit, did some straight knitting, and then now I'm on the decreases because my limiting yarn is my hand spun yarn, and I don't want it to get like, I didn't want it to be like a short triangle scarf. I wanted it to actually be able to wrap around at least once or twice. So yeah, that's why I did the straight knitting for a little bit, and then now I'm on the decreases, and then hopefully it'll get finished pretty soon. That way I can work on other projects. But yes, that is going to be a finished object. And then lastly, I have this bag which has at least 10 projects in it, I swear. Oh Lord. Okay. So this is, I think it's like the Karen Cake Sweet Baby blanket or Sweet Baby thing. Why are we so tangled? So this is going to be a frog after I get all of this untangled. Oh my gosh. There we go. This is going to be a frog. This is I'm calling it a baby dust blanket for one of my coworkers who's trying to have a baby. And I thought that, or like, have y'all seen those things where it's, you put a baby blanket under the Christmas tree and then hopefully by next Christmas that baby's going to be wrapped in that blanket. So it's kind of like a little take on this. I am going to frog it though, just because I don't even know how many stitches are on this, but it's really big and it's taken me forever just to get to this much. And I want this to be like a good sized baby blanket. And so I did finish a baby blanket for one of my other coworkers for her friend. I forgot to take a photo of it, of course, but it was a corner to corner blanket and out of one color and a green yarn, and I absolutely loved it. Like, I actually want to make myself a sweater out of that yarn, even though it was 100% acrylic. But you know, sometimes you just need a like just basic sweater that you can wear and not really have to worry, and I could wash it and not really worry about getting stains on it or being too rough on it. So plus that was on 5mm needles, and it did get knit up pretty fast. I do have other yarn for her for another friend who's having a baby, but that's in September, so that'll be a project I work on this summer as well. But yeah, I want to just frog this, and I liked how big I made that other blanket, and so I think I'll cast on the amount of stitches I had for that, probably a little extra because this is on 4.5mm needles, and this is kind of the density of it, and these are the colors. I like it. I really like it because it's neutral girly, but it could also be used for a boy or just a normal blanket, whatever. But yeah, this is going to get frogged. I do have a really cute stitch marker on here to tell me which side's the right side. The little muffin, because I was like, oh, have a little bun in the oven, little muffin in the oven. So for the baby dust blanket. Yeah, so yeah, this is going to get frogged. Put that in my little frog pile. I do have another ball of that yarn somewhere. Yeah, it's under something over there. But yeah, I don't want to use like 2 of those for this blanket, so that's why I'm going to frog it as well. Oh, this is just some yarn I had in here that I will make something out of. And then this is on hold and kind of looks like nothing. This is my square neck cami. Can't remember who it's by, but I know I didn't twist these. it just looks twisted and it looks like nothing right now. But I did have the front done, and I'm working on the back. This is in Santa's Garden Alpaca Silke, and I think this is their putty color. Yeah, I do want to finish this, and this will be a tank top, but it's a little see-through. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see it like through this, but I can kind of see you through this. Yeah, I kind of just wanted a normal like white tank top. Other than this is way more white compared to the button. The button's more of a neutral. And yeah, I'm gonna finish this, but it's on 3mm needles, and this yarn is so it's really soft. It's really nice. But yeah, it's gonna take me a little bit. But yeah, I will finish this. Put this back in here. Next this is one of my boyfriend's socks that I'm working on. I don't really remember what pattern I'm working on, but it is out of Coast to Coast yarn. This is all I have left, so I'm a little iffy on if I'm going to make it through, because this is what we got so far, and the heel's down there. And I did a German short row heel. I kind of just did whatever, and I'm not really sure what I did, so we'll have to figure that out when I get back down there. It's held double. I can't remember what yarn color this is, but it's in two. Is it in 2x2 or is it in 2x1? 2x1 ribbing. And I think it actually looks pretty good. And I do have some brown that I can use once I run out of this, because I think it's like less than 20 grams left of this, and I am holding it double. But yeah, it's just a slog, kind of, because they're for men, and I kind of want to work on anything else but this. And they're on 2.75mm needles, so it's a little thick. But he was asking for more socks, and I have a bunch of sock yarn to get through, especially with flock coming up in the next month or so, because it's at the end of July, beginning of August. And I know I want to go, but I also have plenty of yarn in my stash. Like, that's just half that you can see over there. There's like 2 other bins on the other side full of stuff, and like stuff piling up over there. So yeah, gonna have to see about like the yarn buying. We'll figure it out. But I do know I need more wool wash for one of the vendors that's going. And then I would like to get more variegated fiber, like the Pavlova from Little Fiber Co. I think Little Fiber Co. might be one of my first spots to go to, just to make sure I get the fiber I want. And then, of course, if I see some like super special skeins that I want to make, sure. Another reason why I need to finish these socks fairly soon is because for my parents and my family, or my parents and my sister, I got some yarn from Woolberry Fiber Co. to make them socks for Christmas. And they live in Florida, and so there's really no use for hand knit socks, especially like really only needing 1 or 2 pairs. My mom already has 2, and she loves it when I knit her socks, so I got her some yarn. And then my dad, I got some, and I got him in like the DK weight ones. And then I'm gonna do like a contrast. I think I want to do like a contrast heel. Do I want to do a heel and toe, or do I want to do a contrast cuff heel and toe? I think I'm gonna do that. The contrast cuff heel and toe, because I want those socks to like fit him, and he has size 15 feet in men's, and so those are going to be gigantic. And I only got the 1 skein of the DK weight yarn. Don't mind that. That's our Roomba that we got to help with the cat fur. And it goes on every day. But yeah, and then I got my sister one, and I'll make her a pair as well, because this past Christmas, I made like those mittens and the scarf for my mom that I showed on my podcast recently. And my sister was so cold, I guess, that day. She was just walking around with the mittens. And so I know for a fact that she would love to have a pair of socks for her own. And then this is I called it my Daisy Cami, and obviously I have not worked on this much. This is the Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino. I can't remember what color this is, but it's, I think, like the blue whale color, on 2.75 millimeter needles. This was a pattern I was working on where it's having like 19 or 20 sizes. It's going to be a custom fit ribbed tank top. And I do still like that idea. I just think I need to do it on a little bit of a thicker gauge. That way it's just a little bit more enjoyable process. And then like try to make it out of one skein of yarn. So I do have some sock yarn that I can try that out with. I got this like really buttery yellow from Sunday Fiber Co. I think in their like eco sock base, and I kind of want to make my Daisy Cami out of that. And so that'll be again a future project, and then I have to redo the stitch count and the gauge counts all for that, and just redo the project basically. But yeah, that will be frogged. And I was kind of thinking, I have 3 skeins of this like cotton merino, and I was kind of thinking of making another Lakes Cami or Lakes pullover take whatever this is, the t-shirt, because it actually is pretty nice to have a knitted t-shirt when, you know, like I want to wear something knit, but I have thick sweaters in my closet, so I can't really wear my knits, but having a nice this is very nice. Or I was thinking of doing the Stellina top, which is like the mixed ribbed top, mixed ribbed cami, but it's more of a scoop neck tank top rather than a high boat neck one. Because if my chest is hot, I'm hot the whole day. So having that chest open for me is going to be really nice, but I just want to get that. I think it's a square neck cami for the white alpaca silk that I was making. I want to get that done first, and then I'll do the Stellina top later. So yeah, that was all my WIPs. So it looks like I'm gonna frog 2, and I'm gonna keep the rest of them. Yeah, it's not too many. It's not like I have 5 sweaters on the needles or anything, but I do have a bunch of stuff like I want to get done, and there's only so many. Like my hands can only knit so much, and I can only knit so much before I get bored of it. And yeah, there's only so many sweaters I can knit in these couple of months before nursing school starts, and then I have to cast on something basic or work on my basic projects. Yeah, so my book club cardigan is going to be like my wolf lake pullover are my only like garment stuff that I'm working on. I do have a couple accessories, as we saw, and then I'm gonna frog a couple or 3. I'm frogging the cami as well. This little color swatch, I impulse bought the yarn at my local yarn shop, like a month or 2 ago, just because I saw an AI photo on Pinterest and I really liked the look of it because it was like a vintage colorwork sweater. And I wanted to design it myself, and so I created a chart referencing that, and kind of made up, or kind of did like a little bit of a swatch with the colors, and so I think it'll look really good. But I'm kind of limiting myself to what I can cast on, because I'm gonna frog my Arendelle pullover, and then I want to cast it on right away with the new yarn. That way I kind of don't just let it sit and then ruminate for another year or whatever, because I would really like to have that this winter. Hopefully it snows a bit more here in Washington this winter, so that we can go snowboarding more often. But yeah, that's really all I had. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have some projects that you want to frog or finish. Let me know what you're working on while you're watching this podcast. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Give a like and subscribe, and or just leave a comment down below if you like this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!